If you're getting denied on credit applications or if you're sending out dispute letters in an attempt to repair your credit and you're getting the it's been verified letters back from the credit bureaus, then let me ask you this. Have you checked the personal information section of your credit report lately? It's very important to do so. You want to make sure that you have a clean and accurate personal information section on your credit report. If you are in the process of repairing your credit, it should be your very first step. In doing so, you're going to look more stable and verifiable to a lender. This can also help to get negative accounts deleted that are linked to outdated, obsolete personal information, like old addresses and name variations. That can help to greatly improve the quality of your credit scores. But many people, including credit repair agencies, skip over this step. Trust me, it's a powerful strategy that can help you get better results on your credit disputes. So, I'm going to share with you some ways that you can quickly clean up the personal information. But before I do, if you would like to learn how to repair and rebuild your credit yourself, then subscribe to my channel so that you can stay in the know. I'm also getting ready to open up a DIY credit repair group to help you. No more paying hundreds or thousands of dollars to a credit repair company. Instead, take that money to negotiate pay for deletes, or if need be, pay down maxed out credit cards. Here's why cleaning up your personal information on your credit report is so important. One, you want to take the time to clean this up as well as any reporting errors that are on your credit report because it can strengthen your approval odds when it comes to buying your dream home or car or being able to rent an apartment, employment opportunities, even. A better credit score and profile can help you to save money on interest rates and deposits. And you just want to look stable to lenders. When you have multiple addresses reporting within a short period of time, well, that can make you appear to be less stable and financially responsible. If personal information, like outdated addresses, happen to be tied to derogatory accounts, by getting the outdated address deleted, it increases the chances of getting that derogatory account deleted. I have seen collection accounts come right off of a credit report as soon as the old outdated address that was tied to that collection account was removed off of the credit report. When lenders are checking your credit report to review your application for financial products, inaccurate and negative items on your credit report can jeopardize your approval rate, the terms you receive, and interest rates. So, what should you be looking for? Common examples of personal information errors are wrong or misspelled names, aliases, incorrect or old phone numbers, and misspelled or outdated addresses. So when you're sitting down at a bank, a credit union, a dealership, a department store, and you're applying for credit, well, the loan officer or the salesperson that is typing in your personal information onto the application is then having that information placed directly on your credit report. Clerical mistakes happen more often than you think. You also want to make sure that you don't have your credit profile mixed or merged with someone else's credit, especially if you are a junior or senior in the family. If the credit bureaus are confused as to who you are, they might not process your disputes. So, how is it that personal information can cause you to be denied the next time you apply for credit? Well, if the information you give a lender does not match to what's on file, it's a huge red flag and it can be grounds for denial. And you have to think about it from a lender's perspective. If you were lending money to strangers and the information they provided you does not match to what's on their credit report, you might think that the applicant was purposely trying to deceive you. Nowadays, even employers are pulling your credit report to verify that you are who you say you are and that your resume isn't misleading. And in addition to making sure all of your personal information is correct, the other huge reason to remove everything except current and accurate information is because of the negative accounts that are tied to specific pieces of your personal information. So, for example, let's say you have a collection account that's tied to a misspelled name, or you have an old address tied to a charge off that you're wanting to get rid of. By removing everything except one name, one current address, one correct date of birth, one accurate social security number, and making sure your employer information is up to date, this can help you to get faster results and more deletions. One of the key identifiers that the credit bureaus use to verify who you are is your address, as well as your name, social security number, and birth date. So removing an address removes one of these key identifiers. That can make it easier to dispute the derogatory item for deletion. So, how do you fix your personal information section? Well, I'm going to share some ways that you can do so. But before you start disputing personal information, make sure that your current creditors have your current address. You don't want to dispute addresses that are tied to your open positive trade lines, or else you run the risk of the creditor thinking that fraud is occurring on your account and they could close that account. I've seen that happen. You also don't want to dispute addresses that are tied to closed trade lines where that trade line closed on a positive note. Otherwise, you may run the risk of that trade line getting deleted and you could end up losing your payment history, and that can cause your credit score to drop. Once a trade line is closed, and if it accidentally gets deleted, it's really hard to request and get that trade line to report onto your credit report. Now, you can dispute your personal information online with the major credit reporting bureaus. And I know you've probably heard that you should never ever dispute anything online, but I recommend that you do so with your personal information section only. It's quick, it's easy, and you'll get a response in days. So, what you'll do is you'll go and you'll visit the website of the appropriate credit bureau. And if you haven't already, you'll create an account. And after you create your account, you'll go to their dispute center and you'll click on dispute or dispute an item. You'll then click on the personal information tab, fill out the online dispute form with your personal information and the incorrect address that you would like to have removed from your credit report and any other personal information that's incorrect. You can provide copies of any documents to support your claim, like you may have a recent utility bill or a lease agreement that's in your name to show the current and correct address that should be listed on your credit report. You'll then submit the dispute along with any supporting documentation, and you should have a response back in days. Now, you may not be able to dispute some of the addresses online if they're attached to a derogatory account. Dispute the ones that you can, and the ones that you can't dispute or that don't come off, you can then call the credit bureaus. And that's a second option, giving the credit bureaus a call. You may be prompted to answer some security questions, but then you can proceed to advise the representative of what you need done. I'm providing a letter that you can copy and use as a guide when you're speaking to a rep. The key when calling in is to get to the right rep that is willing to help you. Not all reps are willing to help. You may have to call a number of times to get to that rep who is willing to help you. And if successful, this is also quick and easy to do. Now, the third option is to write a personal information update letter and mail this to the credit bureaus. And you can use the letter that I've provided. I recommend mailing the letters certified mail return receipt. That way you have proof that they have received this letter. Now, in addition to mailing a personal information update letter to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, there are other credit bureaus. Yes, they are third party reporting agencies that many of you are probably not even aware of. And they also house information on you. A lot of times, the credit bureaus will attempt to verify your information with these third party reporting agencies who actually sell your data to the main three credit bureaus. Now, this is a different video for a different day, but if it were me, I would go ahead and send a copy of your personal information update letter to them. Now, you can also call them. So I'm going to give you a brief breakdown of some of the main third-party reporting agencies that I would recommend you also send a copy of your personal update letter to. You can also give them a call. You'll get a real human and you can request right over the phone that your personal information be updated. You have LexisNexis. They are known for housing information on you related to any liens, bankruptcies, historic addresses, and professional licenses. There's CoreLogic Credco. They house rental application information, child support information, and criminal records. Telecheck. They house information related to checks and bank accounts. Innovis. They have your information related to payment history, accounts, mortgages, and late payments. SageStream. They have information related to any of your auto lenders, credit cards, utilities, and cell phones. ARS. They also house public records, bankruptcies, and inquiries. Clarity Services. They have information related to any payday loans, auto title loans, subprime lending, or check cashing. Early Warning. They have information on you related to you opening and having a checking account closed. Now, you can do further research by looking up each of these third party reporting agencies online. And again, you can mail them, you can call them, you can go online and request a free copy of your credit reports with them because, yes, you have credit reports with each one of these third party data agencies. And there are dozens more of these third party credit reporting agencies. So when you join my credit repair mentoring group, you're going to learn about all of this and more. Now, cleaning up your personal information so that it's accurate and correct does not increase your actual credit score. Cleaning up the personal information section of your credit profile can be used as leverage if the personal information no longer matches to what's on file for a negative account or a hard inquiry. Then what happens is that account or inquiry is more likely to get removed. So again, fix the personal information file first and then wait about 7 to 10 days before doing disputes. I hope you found this video to be informative. If so, I ask that you please like this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can learn more about what you can do to repair and rebuild your credit.